I'm Dr. Kate Campbell, licensed marriage and family therapist and owner of Bayview Therapy, a group private practice in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I wanted to come on and basically give you a quick couple of tips that you can do to de-stress, soothe, calm down if you're feeling anxious or emotionally reactive or just really, really busy and stressed and having a hard time kind of cooling off. So I wanted to give you some deep breathing exercises that you can do. And before we get into that, I just want to talk about stress for a moment. Stress is something that is an epidemic in our society. A lot of times people glorify it and say, when they're saying, oh, hey, how are you? They'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed or I'm so busy. And it's actually something that's really detrimental. It affects us in all sorts of facets of our life. And when we're stressed or when we're highly anxious or overwhelmed, what that does is it affects our central nervous system, and that's actually our fight or flight or freeze reaction, right? So there is some level of stress and some level of anxiety that can be helpful. For instance, if a mountain lion is chasing you, you're going to be anxious, you're going to be stressed about that, and you're going to need to fight or flight and definitely get out of that way. But most often there's not a mountain lion chasing us. So we want to make sure that we have the tools needed to be able to self-soothe and emotionally regulate when we are feeling stressed or overwhelmed. So when we are pushing ourselves and we're overcommitted and our schedules are hectic and crazy and we're working really hard, what that does, if you think about stress or your stressometer as a speedometer, like on a car, if you're pushing that gas pedal and you're pushing it really, really hard down to the metal, down to the floor, obviously your speedometer is going to be in the red zone. Same thing with stress. So if you're pushing yourself and you're go, 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 go and constantly doing and more, then your stressometer is going to be in the red zone. And that's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. There's a lot of risks of being in the red zone. So we really want to get you to a place where you can be more in the 2 to 3 zone, kind of fluctuate around that area of your speedometer, your stressometer. And then when something stressful happens, then you might pop up, but then you're able to regulate and you come back down. So you're not in that red zone. So one of the really effective tools for being able to self-soothe and emotionally regulate, to basically de-stress, is deep breathing. When we're anxious or we're stressed, our bodies get really, really tense. And so what happens is that actually constricts our airways because our chest gets tense. And, think about it. If you're really stressed, sometimes you can feel like there's an elephant sitting on your chest or it's hard to catch a deep breath. And when that happens, we can't think things through clearly. There's not enough oxygen getting to our brains. So it's really helpful to actually take some time to practice some deep breathing. So I'm going to walk you through a very effective deep breathing exercise so that it's something that you can start practicing in your life, whether at work or at home. It's really great to be able to do this at least 3 times a day. Once in the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed at night, and some point throughout the day. Even if you're sitting in traffic or on a plane traveling somewhere, you can do it anywhere. That's the good news. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that you're breathing through your belly, right? So imagine that you actually have a balloon in your belly and try and take a deep breath. And you feel that breath come in through your nose and out through your mouth. You feel that belly, the balloon deflate. So you're going to blow the balloon up as you inhale and then let it deflate. Okay, good. So now that you know what belly breathing is, because you don't want to breathe shallow from your chest, that's what happens when you get anxious and you won't get enough airway. I'm going to walk you through a breathing exercise which incorporates some counting. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale through a count of 4, hold for a count of 4. And we're going to do that over and over, okay? So while you do that, put your hand on your chest. There's something very soothing about that, and it's calming. It's almost like giving yourself a hug. And so what you'll do is you'll take a deep breath in for a count of 4, hold, exhale, hold. And you'll inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And you want to go through that exercise and keep breathing for about 5 minutes, doing that same counting exercise. And if you notice yourself actually getting a little lightheaded, that's actually a good thing, because that means the oxygen is coming to your brain, which is good. And the counting can help to kind of decrease your thoughts a little bit if your mind is racing, you're having worrisome thoughts, or you're having a hard time really being in the moment. The deep breathing exercises can be really helpful for that. So definitely practice this. It's really powerful. There's actually a lot of research that supports how important deep breathing exercises are. And when you do this exercise 3 times a day for 5 minutes at a time for a period of, I'd say, 8 to 9 weeks, you will be able to completely reset your central nervous system. So you're no longer running in that red zone. You'll be down in that lower healthy range, and you might fluctuate from times, but you'll have the tools needed to be able to de-stress. So I hope you enjoy that exercise, and if there's anything else I can do for you to help you de-stress, or if you're struggling with anxiety or panic attacks or stress in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. Visit our website at bayviewtherapy.com, and I'll look forward to speaking with you.